Hey guys, welcome back to the Tin Maxx channel. My name is Tin. Today, I want to try something a little new. I found some news stories from the past couple weeks, mostly this week, and basically, I want to talk about them. I want to present them to you, give some of my thoughts, and I would love to hear some of the thoughts of the people out there on the interwebs watching this. Um, yeah, that's we're doing news now here on the Tin Maxx channel. Hope you're excited for that. Actually, now that I think about it, most of this news is they're just rumors. So I guess we're doing rumors now on the Tin Max channel. All right, let's just get right into it. First thing I want to talk about is something that it's kind of blown up the last couple weeks. I'm sure you've probably heard of it, but I want to talk about it anyway. Basically, it's the existence of The Last of Us remake. And let me just fill in for those people who don't know. There's a rumor going around. I think it's more or less confirmed. It hasn't been officially announced, but it's happening. It's that kind of thing. Naughty Dog is working on a Last of Us remake. That's right, the game that came out in like 2013. Let me check that. Yep, June 14th, 2013. So not even 10 years ago, is getting a full from the ground up remake for the PS5. Um, yeah, that's yep. Interesting, I know. Let's talk about a little bit the what actually happened. I can't remember what article I got this from, but basically there's this quote that says, "In a new Bloomberg report into dissatisfaction among Sony's lesser-known studios, sources say that a Last of Us remake, codenamed T1X, was started by Michael Moombauer. Sorry about that, Michael. The founder of Visual Arts Service Group, a Sony developer that traditionally assists development on PlayStation Studio games." Yeah, that's what it started at. From my understanding, it was originally meant to be an Uncharted 1 remake, which makes a lot more sense. But for whatever reason, the idea was changed to a Last of Us remake for the PS5. Now, after the completion of The Last of Us 2, some Naughty Dog developers were moved to the T1X project, basically making it a Naughty Dog production with Moombauer and other people from the original production team leaving it altogether. So now it's more or less Naughty Dog is making a remake of their own game instead of like a separate studio making said remake. That's just kind of like, that's a very paraphrased version of what happened, and like a lot of this is hearsay, so don't take any of it by face value. But the point is, we're getting a Last of Us 2 remake for the PS5, probably. And there's been some other stuff released about it since, basically saying that it's not just gonna be like a visual remake. It's gonna really utilize the power of the PS5. What exactly that means, we're not sure yet. What exactly it's gonna look like, again, not sure. What's gonna change, what's gonna be new. And the reason I want to talk about this, I'm not a big Last of Us fan. I liked 2 enough. I think I liked 1. I don't really remember playing it, but I'm pretty sure I played it. The reason I want to talk about this is because I think it brings up a very interesting topic of discussion, which is how long, what games should we remake and which ones should we leave alone. I've made it very clear in the past that I'm a big fan of the Resident Evil 2 remake. I think that is a prime example of how remakes should be handled. It takes the original game, modernizes it in a great way, brings it to the modern age visually, gameplay wise, story wise. It adds a lot to the game while still respecting the story of the original game, right? That's like how to do it. My problem with The Last of Us being remade is the game's not that old. Like I said earlier, it's from 2013. It's not even 10 years ago. And it's already been remastered for the PS4. So like there's a version you can play on the PS5. You can play the remaster on the PS5. So is this justified? I guess is what I think. Personally, I mean, it's hard to say without knowing exactly how in-depth they're going with this and what kind of new things they're doing by utilizing the full potential of the PS5. That'll be really telling, but for now, I really don't think this is a good idea. We don't need a remake of The Last of Us, because it's basically like, a lot of people consider it like a masterpiece as is. it just, I don't know. I guess we'll see what it's like. I definitely don't think it should be full price, but I guess we'll see. Leave your comments down below what you think about this. I know that was kind of me rambling, but I don't know. It's a very weird situation. I don't really know what Sony wants to accomplish with this, and if this is successful, what other things are we going to see remade like not even 10 years after they're made? I don't think it makes a lot of sense for a game that modern to be remade. Resident Evil 2 makes sense because that's a super old game on a super old system with super old gameplay and all that. That kind of remake makes sense. This doesn't. I think I kind of looped back around to the same point, but you get the idea. Anyway, moving on to something I find quite interesting. If it is to be, like I said, all of these are rumors. So if this is true, I'm pretty excited, but we'll have to see. Basically, there's a rumor floating around that NetherRealm Studios, the creators of Mortal Kombat and Injustice, they are working on a Marvel-themed fighting game, presumably in the same style as an Injustice or a Mortal Kombat. I got a quote from it. This one I got from CBR. They have an article on it at CBR.com. A new rumor from industry insider Daniel Richtman, I don't know how to say it, claims that NetherRealm, best known for developing the Mortal Kombat video games, is developing a Marvel-themed fighter game for the PS5 and Xbox Series XS. Like I said, this is all in the air, purely speculation. But of course, Ed Boon, he's a bit of a troll on Twitter, which I think is quite fun. He likes to tease things and all that. He did put up this tweet. I'll put it up somewhere on screen. Responding to the James Gunn tweet about the release date of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. As you see here, he basically mentions, oh wow, James Gunn's worked on both DC and Marvel movie. That's impressive. He's got a little inquisitive face. A lot of people took this as, oh hey, he's also working on both DC and Marvel properties. I think he could just be messing around with people. That is something he likes to do. But I do think this adds a little bit of credence. Is that credence? Hold on. Credence? Yeah, I used that right. Don't worry about it. I used that 100% right. Credence to the whole rumor. Is this something people want? I know Marvel kind of has the Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom games. I personally don't like those kinds of fighting games for the most part. They're just not really my type. I really prefer like the Mortal Kombat and the Injustice type fighting games. I don't know. I think this would be really cool. I would love this. And also just the fact that it's all under the same umbrella as Mortal Kombat and Injustice. I mean, maybe this is wishful thinking, but maybe we could get a DC versus Marvel fighting game in the style of Injustice. I would love that. Again, this has not been confirmed. We don't know if this is happening for real. We don't know when it's going to be announced, if at all, how far along in production it may be, that kind of thing. So take it with a grain of salt. But assuming it is real, what fighters, what Marvel character do you think this kind of game absolutely needs? What would be your pick? I want to know what's your perfect roster for this game. Yeah, I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get that interaction going. I'm trying to create a dialogue. That's the point of this, kind of. Those are kind of the two biggest things I want to talk about. Next two, real small, but fun nonetheless. Now, this next bit of news / definitely just a rumor, and even at that, more just speculation than an actual rumor. Persona 5 this year released a spin-off game, Persona 5 Strikers, which I loved. I'm a big fan of the Persona series. It's at least Persona 5 and 4, which I've played. They're so good. I love them a lot. This rumor kind of teases the idea of Persona 5 Arena. Now, since I'm assuming a lot of people aren't familiar with all of the Persona spin-offs, Persona 4 back in the day got a spin-off called Persona 4 Arena, which was a fighting game with Persona characters, basically. Persona 4 Arena was released, and it did really well. It got a sequel, Persona 4 Arena Ultimate, or Ultimix, I don't know. Big deal, right? Now, the reason people think, or at least speculating, that there might be a Persona 5 Arena is because when Atlas went through and renewed a bunch of website domains, so they don't lose them and they can use them in the future, whatever. They did a lot of like unsurprising ones like Persona 8, Persona 9, just planning for the future. But they also specifically renewed one for P5U.jp. The significance of that is P5U. You might be thinking the game's called Persona 5 Arena. What is P5U? What is that? Persona 4 Arena was commonly abbreviated as P4U. So, if they're keeping the domain for Persona 5U, P5U, then like people think that means that they're at least considering Persona 5 Arena. If it's happening at all, if like maybe they just wanted to leave that door open, that could be it. It could be well into production. We don't know. Persona 5 does turn 20, or not Persona 5. The Persona series does turn 25, and they haven't really announced anything. So we'll have to see what this means. This one is very, very clearly just speculation. I hope it's true. I want a million things from Persona 5. I want all of the Persona 5 spin-offs. Just shovel them into my face. I'm sticking with it. Last bit of news, which is not really news. Not that really any of this was actual news. Resident Evil Village releases today, which is very exciting. I'm very excited to play it. We're going to be getting it going sometime next week. I'm not entirely sure yet. Max is on vacation, which he totally deserves. But once he gets back, we're going to work on that. Anyway, the game is getting basically the same critical reception as Resident Evil 7, which is really, really exciting because that game's awesome. If you look on Metacritic, right now Resident Evil Village is sitting at a nice little 74 out of 72 critic reviews, while Resident Evil 7 was at an 86 with 100 critic reviews. They're basically right in the same ballpark. It's really genuinely very good scores, and I'm just kind of happy about that. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm really excited to play it. I cannot wait. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you subscribe so that when Max and I do the whole of Resident Evil Village, you can be there to experience it with us. It'll be very exciting. Anyway, thanks for liking. I would love to hear back. I would love to hear some feedback on this kind of video if you want to see more of something like this. Maybe in the future, me and Max come together and we talk about some of the breaking news of the week. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on the stuff I talked about here today. There's not a lot. If I continue to do this in the future, I will be more prepared and have more stuff, hopefully. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.